Gate to Temple. And at the top of those stairs is my home away from home. Just looking at them is making my back ache. This is a really popular bun shop here in Kurain. Oh, they even sells Magataman. Let's see, 1 Magataman, 15 Damas. Wait a second. Albie, aren't you selling them for 20 Damas apiece? The extra 5 Damas is the service fee. He's quite the shrewd businessman. Wait. It's a poster. Looks like some kind of Kurainese superhero. All superheroes look the same, regardless of where they come from. Oh. Oh, I didn't see this manhole. That manhole cover. It's open! Whoa! What is it, Shadow? Did he sniff out something or someone or something in the manhole? I wonder. Could Shadow track Mr. Arble if he had something with the rebel scent on it? I don't know. I feel like I've got something with Mr. Arble's scent on it. Something he might have touched. Do I? Here, Shadow. How about this? I hope it works. I think he's picked up a scent. Mind if I borrow Shadow for a bit? By all means. I had no idea you could do this. Yeah, go get him, boy! Your benevolence. I'm heading down in that manhole now. It could be dangerous, so please wait here. Wait. Don't worry, I won't commit any of these misdeeds you're so worried about. That is not what I fear. There may be a vicious insurgent lurking down there. Oh, are you worried about me? No, I was simply wondering why you would go to such lengths in your investigation. After all, if you would simply withdraw from this case, they might commute your sentence. I'm doing this to prove my innocence. But how can you be so sure of the accused innocence? She's already been found guilty. Don't worry. Maybe this extra day in court is a blessing from the Holy Mother. Let's use it to our advantage. We'll turn this trial inside out and upside down. You'll see. Okay. I believe in her. She says that she's innocent, and that means that she's innocent. I need to move. I just, like, slid in my chair. I had to move. Lawyers must trust their clients to the bitter end. That's what we do. You lame brain, do what you will. Well, I'm going in. Let's go, Shadow. Be careful. I mean, who would attack me wearing this outfit? And if I have this fucking vicious guard dog. Wait, come back here. It's pitch black down here. I can't see a thing. Gosh. What happened? I went down into the manhole and then... Oh yeah, finally came to. I remember that face anywhere. And that dragon symbol on his armband. That's the mark of the rebels. There can be no mistake. It's him! That's horrible! Yikes! Sorry I got a little roughy back there. Thought you were the cops. Why are you making that face? Hey, want an apple? Ew, thought he was going to kill me. I'll pass on the apple, but thanks. I don't mind a good apple, but not right now. What's this place? What is this place? This... he is so much... I love that fucking spider coming down. He's so much more goofy and cool and funnier looking when he doesn't have all that hair. This is the office of my brother-in-arms, Dirk. But right now, we're using it as a rebel safe house. Wait, back up a sec. What kind of office is this exactly? A law office, what else? Really? Dirk used to be a lawyer? Yep, just like you. Crime's public enemy #1 is an ex-lawyer. Didn't see that coming. But I don't suppose I'll be coming around here anymore. You won't? Are you planning to flee or something? It's just... I want to get out of the rebel business. Tired of being hounded by the cops and all that. So I came today to pick up the last of my stuff. Really? I'm gonna sell Dirk's info to the Minister of Justice, then slip out of Kurain. Wait a sec. You're a key person of interest in this case. You can't go running off like that. Relax, will ya? I'll tell you whatever you need to know. Oh, and sorry about punching your lights out back there. My bad. So, Mr. Lawyer Man, what do you want to know? Tell me about the murders of the High Priest and Trust in Me, and his acolyte Praise on it. Sure, I'll tell you whatever I can. Don't know if it'll be much help, though. I mean, I'm not a rebel anymore, so... Wonder how true that really is. Tell me everything you know about the High Priest's murder. Well, as you know, I don't remember much about that. I banged my head on a rock as soon as I parachuted to the inner sanctum. So when I told you I had nothing to do with his murder, I meant it. Okay then, where were you when you came to after banging your head? By the time I came to, it was already dawn. I must have been out cold the whole time. So you didn't see the crime happen at all? You got that right. Then why did you say you did when you were testified? About that, since I didn't remember a thing, I was afraid I'd seem suspicious, so I came up with that whole story. Does he even realize how much trouble his big fat lie cost me? Sorry for the trouble. It was definitely my bad. Doesn't seem very sorry to me. So the bottom line is, you were at the scene of the crime, but weren't involved in it. Got it. So Dirk used to be a lawyer? Yep, he was a force to be reckoned with back when he was still practicing. He was a juggernaut of the law, and as mighty as a dragon. He could strike terror into a prosecutor's heart just by glaring at him. People called it his dragon's glare. He even got criminals to confess and pass out with a well-placed glare. You've gotta be kidding me. And most important of all, he would never surrender. He'd fight for the accused no matter how the odds were stacked against him. Is that what you mean by the will of the dragon? Yep, that would be it, actually. Your work in country yesterday was mighty impressive, too. Or work in court. You didn't give up no matter how hard of a beating you took. Unlike Dirk, I might add. Oh, thanks. Even if a big part of the beating I took was because of you. Oh, I probably could show him... this. Is that a parting gift for me leaving the rebels? No, you can't keep it. I'll just ask him what I can for now. Do I need to look around? Is that coat yours, Mr. Horrible? Nah, it belongs to the rebel leader, Dirk. It's pretty impressive. I like the color, too. Wanna try it on? Really? You sure it's okay? Of course! Bet it would look great on you. Well then, don't mind if I do. It smells all moldy. Can't believe you fell for it. That thing's been hanging there forever. Note to self, don't trust this guy ever again. Oops. There's a ladder leading underground. He must have brought me in through here, there. There's no reason for me to leave yet. I should see what else Mr. Arble has to say. What about what? That fucking spider. Nothing particularly interesting here. What's this with the dragon on it? Some kind of sign? Yep, that was his business sign back when this was Dirk's office. He used to be a lawyer, right? That he was, but it was a really long time ago. This place has seen better days, that's for sure. Well, I hope he can put his sign back up someday. I wouldn't hold my breath. What are these hanging here? Lizards? If so, they're pretty big. Those are sewer lizards. We call them that because they live in the sewer. They grow bigger than your average lizard, which makes them fine eating. Wait, you eat these? What else would you do with them? Here, try one. Pass. I'll definitely pass. You're missing out on a fine treat, my man. Somehow I think I'll live without it. You guys get electricity? Yeah, but the power goes out occasionally. That's pretty inconvenient. You're telling me. Sometimes it goes out for an entire day. What about the stuff in the refrigerator? Oh, just see for yourself. Forget I asked. I'm afraid of what I might find. There are bowls and platters of food here. They're still warm, as if this was all recently prepared. You must have a pretty big appetite, Mr. Horrible. Guys as big as strong as me got even bigger appetites, you know? But you just fled from the police. I don't know how you could eat this much after all that excitement. Sorry if I offended you. But first, let's start with an appetizer. Where's he getting all these apples from? Wanna join me, Mr. Lawyer? Got plenty of sewer lizards, too. Thanks, but I already ate. Is this a law book? Dragon mark's been branded on the cover. That's Dirk's law book. Really? The leader of the rebels? That Dirk? That's right. And that mark of the dragon is the emblem of the rebellion. The pages on the one section are really dirty. Must be the section on the Defense Culpability Act. Branding with the Defiant Dragon's mark demonstrates the strength of Dirk's convictions. He must have done a ton of research on the Defense Culpability Act. He practically wore out the entire section. The incense and white flowers. The flowers are still fresh. They must have been put here maybe today or yesterday. Did you put these here, Mr. Arble? Something wrong with the flowers? Oh no! Just a traditional thing here in Kurain. Pay no mind. There's a knife driven into a photo of the queen. I guess the rebels really hate her. Better remember to stay on their good side. Oh god, what happened to Shadow? I just thought about that. This looks like a photo of Dirk and his companion and compatriots. And here's one that looks really old. It's Apollo! Wow, this was taken about 20 years ago. Those are Dirk's sons. Really? So this is Rebel Dirk in the center? He doesn't look so evil. And both of his sons look kind of familiar. The one on the left is Yudi. Oh, but you know him as Prosecutor Sadmati. Prosecutor Sadmati is Dirk's son? That he is. Yudi was once a rebel too. He used to really respect his old man. Both as his father and as a lawyer. Then why did he become a prosecutor? Being a lawyer in this kingdom is the same as signing your own death warrant. Once the account of the Defense Culpability, on account of the Defense Culpability Act, right? Yeah, that's why Yudi decided to be a prosecutor instead. He wanted to spark a revolution from the inside, so he drove right into the enemy's den. I would have never guessed it, looking at him now. You can say that again. Dirk is battling to change Kura and his legal system. The will of the dragon spurs on him on. We all thought Yudi was taking up the mantle to carry that will too. We were sure he'd help overthrow Garan one day, but as you've seen, he now uses law to do her bidding. Dirk's been beside himself. So he no longer carries the will of the dragon in him, huh? I wonder what happened between father and son before it to come to this. What about the other boy? Okay. What about the other child in the photo? That's Dirk's adopted son, but he's gone back overseas. His name's Apollo. Apollo? Wait a second. That bracelet. It really is Apollo! He was a rascal, that one, and his voice could shake the entire room. I imagine he's out there raising hell someplace. High hell somewhere. Ha ha. Yes, I'm sure he's doing just fine. Considering how far he's come, Mr. Arbel's description really doesn't do Apollo justice. Ah. Oh. Apollo, I've been watching you grow over these past 2 years. That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy and the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Thank you. I'll be fine. Everything will be fine. He's a responsible young man now. He never lost that loud voice, though. Well, I gotta start packing. Who knows when they might catch up with me if I don't scram soon. Please wait, I still need to ask you something. Go ahead, shoot. What are you rebels trying to do? Rebel? And why were you at the Inner Sanctum in the first place? Why were you at the Inner Sanctum at the day of the murder? Or more precisely, what were you trying to do there? I was trying to escape from prison, that's all. But that High Priest was a fool for getting taken in by Dirk. He should have tried hightailing it out of Kurain like I'm doing. Psyche-lock, whatever. Psycho-locks! Mr. Arbel is hiding something, but I won't know exactly what until I can undo the locks. What exactly are you trying to hide, Mr. Arbel? Huh? I'm not hiding anything. No way, no how. I'll just have to use my Magatama on and then. Take that! Going to ask you again. Why were you at the Inner Sanctum on the day of the murder? Or more precisely, what were you trying to do there? You can keep asking, but the answer's still the same. I was trying to escape from prison, that's all. But that High Priest was a fool. He fell for Dirk's line and sold his own country out. How can you say such things about him? He helped you escape, didn't he? Don't you even care about what happened to him? Nope. I was getting out of the rebellion anyway. He should have opened his eyes. We never stood a chance against the Garan regime. Hang on, do you really believe what you're saying? Didn't the High Priest's death really hurt you on the inside? Like I just said, I couldn't care less about the whole thing. I beg to differ. This wouldn't be in the room if you didn't feel a thing. Wait. What wouldn't be in the room? Well, the only thing that's in the room is... Oh, yeah, no, this. The flowers. There's flowers in here as well. I heard these flowers are offered in memory of the dead here in Kurain. The High Priest's death hit you hard, so you've been grieving here alone, haven't you? Well? Those flowers don't mean anything. It's just a Kuraini's way of saying goodbye. Why hide the fact that your mourning is death? You're reading into this too much, I told you. I'm done with the rebellion. I haven't even heard from Dirk or the rest of them for a few days. And tomorrow I'm planning to kiss this kingdom goodbye. No, I know you've been in contact with the other rebels lately. How exactly do you plan on proving that? This piece of evidence ties you to the other rebels. Well,
Take that!
I found this prayer flag at the Plaza of Devotion. You wrote a message on it and left it behind for your fellow rebels, didn't you? They brought this food for you at your request. Ooh, ha-ha! So you're lying about leaving the rebels. You're still involved with Dirk and the rest of them, aren't you? Are you ready to tell me the truth now? Oh, you're good, Mr. Lawyer Man. I admit it. I requested the grub. But I was just taking advantage of him, that's all. What do you mean? With my face plastered all over the place, I couldn't stay out of the open anymore. Stay out in the open. So I just took advantage of my former comrades for some grub and a place to hide. I was gonna kiss the kingdom goodbye tomorrow. And I'm not buying it. You're obviously lying. I can tell just by looking at you. The white-hot flames of revolution definitely still burn on inside of you. What? That's ridiculous. Those flames burned out a long time ago. This proves that the flames of rebellion still burn inside you. Just gonna take a guess.
Take that!
Dirk's law book? I'm no lawyer, so what's that got to do with me? Look at the mark branded onto the cover. This mark that stands for unwavering commitment to the revolution. It is Dirk's way of representing the will of the dragon. Yeah, so what of it? You have that same mark on the scarf tied around your arm. But you couldn't be wearing that if you were no longer a rebel. I forgot to take it off, that's all. No, as a wanted man, that should be the first thing you should take off. The fact that you haven't hidden that mark yet proves you're still a rebel. Think what you want, but you don't know nothing about me. No, you're wrong. You wear your heart on and your beliefs right on your sleeve, just like me. And this is what I believe in.
Take that!
When a person's back is against the wall, they always fall back on what they believe in. Just as I always have my badge, you always have the will of the dragon with you. And would you risk your life for your beliefs? No, I wouldn't. No? No, because I wouldn't be much use to my clients dead. Now admit it. You never once thought about leaving the Defiant Dragons, have you? That look in your eyes, it's just like Dirk's. Looks like you've got the will of the dragon inside you, too. I plan to take you out if you turned out to be on the side of the Royals. But I think I can trust you. I can't believe I was that close to getting shanked here. It's like you said. I have no intention of leaving Dirk's group. In other words, you were testing me. You're a foreigner, and a lawyer who's been charged with abetting a criminal to boot. And I've seen a fair share of lawyers get pardoned, after weeping at the feet of the Queen. Well, I'm going to keep fighting till the end. Yeah, I can see that now. So, sorry if I ever doubted you. So what are you doing here, anyway? I came to get the secret hideout key from a helper. Secret hideout? Yep, I was supposed to get my next order from Dirk there. But the town's swarming with cops thanks to that murder. Nothing I can do about that. What about the order Dirk was supposed to give you? Gonna have to abort that mission. Now I'm just lying low, waiting for a chance to make contact with Dirk again. Hey, why the long face? I thought you'd be able to tell me something about the High Priest's murder. Sorry to disappoint you. Oh, I know. Let me make it up to you with this. What's this? This orb is actually a key. It opens the door to one of our secret hideouts. Can't say anything more than that. Anyway, I hope it helps. This orb is a key? Yep. Plus the hideout's in a totally unexpected location. And being that it's super secret, we couldn't just have any ordinary key. I see. Golden orb. Orb trusted me by Mr. Rose seems to be the key to a rebel hideout. Maybe this will help me unravel the truth behind this case. Thanks. Don't mention it. Besides, you're a fellow brother in arms fighting the powers that be. I'll help you. Feel free to prick my brain a bit more. Everyone's been talking about the return of Lady Kira lately. Well, my friend Maya suspected of being a rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. You wouldn't happen to know who she really is, though, would you? Beats me, but whoever she is, she bushwhacked me and hauled me off to jail. Even worse, on top of attacking us and delivering us to the cops, she's been watching us like a hawk and framing us for different crimes. Watching you like a hawk? Framing you for crimes? Why would anyone go to all that trouble? Our kingdom likes to pretend that its people are free to think what they want. Because of that, the authorities can't arrest you just for sympathizing with the rebellion. So they resort to framing people for things they didn't do. Then that Lady Kira figure is... Yep, she's just some lick-spittle working for the Garan regime. Wow. Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. Because you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes. So he was talking about Lady Kira then. Advanced combat skills, detailed surveillance, and clever setups. She's no amateur if you ask me. So you're saying that Monarchy is using Lady Kira to secretly take out the rebels? Exactly. The Garan regime is using her to control the people, even down to what we think. Why don't the people protest if the Monarchy is doing things like that? Unfortunately, we don't have any conclusive evidence. And without that, we can't prove anything. I know the feeling. If I bring this up in court, they'd probably dismiss it out of hand. I'll have to unmask Lady Kira if I want to get anywhere. Whoop whoop. Our goal? Get rid of that evil, that no-good Defense Culpability Act. I can tell just by looking at Dirk's law book. The DC Act has turned this kingdom into a corrupt cesspool, where false charges are overlooked and prosecutors are the only ones heard in court. It's been 23 years since it was first enacted. What happened 23 years ago to make them pass such a terrible law? The assassination of Queen Amara, that's where it all began. It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated. And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it. Dirk assassinated the former queen, didn't he? That's the official line, but... The official line? These charges were completely trumped up. Trumped up. Dirk was framed, I'm telling you. He was? Plus, Dirk was a lawyer. Once the people thought a lawyer had killed the queen, they turned against all lawyers. And that's how the DC Act was first passed. So that's why there aren't any lawyers left in Kurain. Even worse, it changed the significance of the divination seance. The significance of the divination seance? They were holding seances in court even before the DC Act? You bet they were. Lawyers and prosecutors used the to hotly contest the insights that came out of seances. Oh, used to hotly contest the insights that came out of seances. You mean just like I've been doing? Right, it's like Dirk used to say. The Royal Priestess insights are just another piece of evidence. Right. I see what you mean about the significance of the divination seance changing. Yep, the insights became the only truth, and arguing against them was banned. As Royal Priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I glean thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe. From what I've seen, Rafa would agree with that. This kingdom is a shadow of its former self. It's become a dictatorship where the royals use the fear of trumped-up charges to rule. And that's what Dirk's been rebelling against? Yep, all we want is to live in a kingdom with a fair and impartial legal system. And there's only one way to make that come true. Overthrow the current regime. So that's the truth behind the rebels. Well, PW, my friend, it's about time for me to get going. After all, I am the Fangs of the Defiant Dragons. That's horrible! You're not going to do that alley-oop thing again, are you? I was just getting to that. See ya when I see ya. Alley-oop. Why does he have to jump like that before running off? Well, I guess we're friends now. But enough about that. I've already spent too much time here. Where's Shadow? Kurain Bazaar. Phew, I finally got out of there. Mr. Wright, I'm so glad you're okay. I was so worried about you. Shadow, what happened to him, anyway? He came out of the manhole about 5 minutes after you went in. Sorry he wasn't much help. Well, did you find anything of worth? Oh, I tripped and fell down there. I must have been out cold for a while. Better keep things to myself for now. I figured as much. I have to find that secret hideout Mr. Arbel was talking about. I should probably start with places that I have something to do with the High Priest. Barbed Head. You already searched here, did you not? Oh, I just thought I'd look around again, you know, in case I missed something. Probably shouldn't tell her I'm looking for the secret rebel hideout. We have a saying back at home, leave no stone unturned. Oh, yes. You cannot stump me, I know that one. Actually, I don't have a clue is written all over your face. It's a statue of a bird. Hey, this eye is missing. What are you doing? You mustn't touch that for no reason. Sorry. But that shape... I wonder...
Take that!
I knew it! What? She must be at a loss for words, and that doesn't happen too often. What is this place? Explain yourself at once, Barbed Head. I don't think she's ready for the full story. I don't really know much myself, but it seems to be a secret rebel hideout. I'm shocked there's a secret door here. I imagine that goes double for Raitha. A rebel hideout in the inner sanctum? Someone will pay for this. Well, for now, I think I'll have a look around. Wait, you must not enter before the police. Don't worry, I won't disturb anything. Or at least I'll try not to. Besides, with you watching over me, it should be fine, right? And, you see... Fine, just please stop pleading your case. I can only stand so much lawyerly drivel. But I will be presenting all information gleaned from your efforts here to the police. Of course. Now, shall we? I will go no further. Alright, you're not supposed to come in contact with the taint of Lady Kira's battles. Very good, Barbed Head. I commend you for remembering. Oh, well, thank you. Wait, why am I thanking her? I may not be able to enter, but I will allow no misdeeds on your part. I'll be watching you like a ward bob from the entrance here. I told you I'm not going to do anything. Better hurry before she changes her mind. Secret hideout. I believe this to be a sacred space that enshrines the source of the spring water. That makes sense. The rebels must have converted it into a secret hideout. But what about the warbad revolving door? I wonder if that too was originally intended to hide and protect this sacred space. To think those filthy rebels were scheming their schemes in this most sacred space. It's a desecration upon Kurainism itself. The Defiant Dragon shall pay for this. I suppose it's only natural for that she'd be upset, but the investigation must go on. I think I'll start by taking a picture of this place. Good thing I brought a camera to snap some souvenir shots. Stop that! You mustn't take photos here without permission. Raitha's really fired up. She's sticking her head as far as it will go. Guess she won't be that tainted as long as she doesn't touch anything. Now, to search every nook and cranny. Barbed Head, just because it is hard for me to see your every move. Do not use that as an excuse to touch and break things. I heard you the first time. Sheesh. A large stone slab, shaped like a magatama. Looks rather unstable. I bet it'd tip over in an earthquake. What's that earthy grass-like smell? It is the smell of the moss that covers the stone. Oh, so this shaggy green stuff is moss. Looks like some of the moss is about halfway up has been disturbed. I wonder why that is. One quick touch can't hurt, right? Whoa! The slab's starting to wobble. What's happening? What have you done to the sacred space? No, nothing. All I did was nudge it a little. It looked unstable. Probably best not to touch it again. What about the hand marks, though? So this is the water source that supplies the inner sanctum spring. It flows through the channel built into the floor before heading outside. Lady Kira uses the sacred water to wash the taint of battles from her body. It's also red like the water in the spring. It's also not red like the water in the spring. But there's blood right here, though, isn't there? What's this? A bloodstain? I should probably try to figure out what happened in here. Do not tamper with any evidence before the police arrive. The police? Hey, that reminds me. Emma gave me something just for times like this. I thought it might help you in your investigation. Here, it's all yours. I wanted to bring a bunch of other forensic tools. They were confiscated at the airport. Luminol testing fluid? This actually might come in handy. Oh god. The luminol testing fluid glows in the reaction, even in the tiniest traces of blood. So it can even detect areas where blood has been wiped up. Might help us figure out what happened in here. Okay, time for science to do its thing. First, let me put these red-tinted glasses on to see the luminols glow. Then I just touch whatever I want to spray with some luminol. Areas where there was blood will react by turning blue. Okay, well first we'll do this. Obviously the hands. Really? I mean, I know that there's fucking blood right here. Okay. This is a huge blood stain. Something big must have happened here. Perhaps the High Priest's blood flowed in from there up on the Ward Boss statue. There was definitely a lot of blood here. But it's impossible to say much else at this point. I'll just take a picture for now. Oh, right. Luminol reactions don't show up in photos. I'll just have to take some notes. That should do it. I didn't notice before, but the bloodstain looks like it was smeared away in one place. Is it because the Warbod's revolving statue passed over it? Weapons! And lots of them, too! We're lucky we found them before they could be used. Excellent work, Barbed Head. Oh, thanks. If the rebellion ever happens, I hope it's bloodless. Looks like an order from Dirk. What's this? Let me see that. I thought you're not supposed to touch anything in here. This is an exception. Now hand it over. Let's see here. Oh, Holy Mother. What? What does it say? It is an order intended for that rebel named Dots. It reads, after the rite, infiltrate the palace under the guise of returning Lady Kira's costume, and search for clues about that incident from 23 years ago. Dirk. 23 years ago? He must mean the assassination of Queen Amara. I don't know what the rebels are up to. It's intriguing and all, but it doesn't seem to be related to the case at hand. This will not do. I must warn my mother at once. No need to do that. This order will never be carried out. Lady Kira's costume is still here, and Aberrant Enemy is no longer able to aid the rebels. I knew that. There's a Plume Punisher calendar here. Ah, now I understand. The villains in the Plume Punisher are based off the insurgents. Watching the show must have roused their ire against Lady Kira. I doubt that's it. Look! What is it, Barbed Head? It's a Plume Punisher clock! Why, I believe it's a limited edition promotional item given to 50 lucky viewers. This rare item plays the Plume Punisher theme song every hour. Hand it over now, Barbed Head. She snatched it away from me. No matter what she says, Rafa's definitely a huge fan. What a fine item. And the switch, if I'm right. The Plume Punisher theme song. Yes, now I see. The insurgents who use this room must be Plume Punisher fans. And maybe so, but I don't see how it's relevant to this case. The statue door rotates when you pull this chain. I see, then you must shut the door and destroy this mechanism. That will deprive the insurgents of access to this place. But wouldn't that trap me in here? Not to worry, I would come to visit you once a year. She's actually serious. How dare those filthy insurgents raise their banner amid such a sacred space. Barbed Head, you must burn it at once! Didn't you tell me not to touch or damage anything? This is an exception. Very well. If you will not do it, then I will. But your benevolence, I thought you were not supposed to come in here. For once, the strange customs of this kingdom are working in my favor. There's something under the banner. Microphone? What's this doing here? Someone trying to record something with it? Well, I think that covers about everything here. Mr. Wright, you shouldn't have come in here before the police. Sorry, but I was in a hurry. I didn't do anything I wasn't supposed to. Benevolence can attest to that. It is your fault for being so slow. I expect the police to work faster and more efficiently. Sorry. Well, Barbed Head, have you not already seen enough? I guess it's about time I get back to the temple and go over everything I've learned. I want to talk to Emma. May 11th. Temple. Welcome back, Mr. Wright. How'd it go? Unfortunately, I didn't find anything conclusive. No way. I do not understand, Barbed Head. What don't you understand? Why you did not commit any misdeeds during your investigation. After all, lawyers ply their trade primarily through illicit means and methods. What? Who told you that? My mother? Are you saying she was wrong? No, that cannot be. You must have committed some sort of misdeed right under my nose. Or so, she wasted her whole day following me around. What is it? Prosecutor Sadmati has need of me. What's going on? I must go perform a divination seance for Pere Zealot. It is our custom for the prosecution to review its contents before a trial begins. I see. The third time will be the charm. My insight will finally bring you to your knees tomorrow. And I will teach you that neophyte practitioner a lesson. I will teach that. Looks like the royal priestess is back with a vengeance. She's made a full recovery from when we started the investigation earlier today. I look forward to seeing you in court, your benevolence. Your overconfidence will be your downfall. You will not look so confident when I am finished with you tomorrow. Actually, I'm not really looking forward to seeing her tomorrow, especially without any solid evidence. Why don't we go over everything you know so far? Alright, let's see here. Acolyte Zealot was killed during the rite with Lady Kira's dagger, and Maya's fingerprints were found on it. That doesn't sound very good. I know. It's the very definition of being up a creek without a paddle. The day before his murder, Zealot enjoyed a meal with the High Priest, his wife, and Maya. I also learned that about spirit channeling here in Kurain. None of that sounds very helpful. Oh, but I did hear something interesting. That the rebel hunter Lady Kira might be working for the Justice Minister. What? Really? Our kingdom is supposed to be ruled by faith and laws. We can't allow people to be controlled by fear and violence. Albie, that sounds like something a rebel might say. It does? But if that Lady Kira really is one of Minister Inga's subordinates, that would exonerate Miss Maya. Fortunately, I have no way of proving it in court. Oh, that's too bad. I almost forgot about the secret rebel hideout where we found the Inner Sanctum. There was a blood stain inside, but I don't know how, if or how it's connected to the case, though. Wow, a secret room with the Inner Sanctum? That would be a huge hit for tourists. This kid really is an entrepreneur at heart. What I mean is that hideout could be important to your case. Maybe, but it's still too early to tell. Looks like I'm heading into court without any useful evidence. We'll just have to pray something appears during tomorrow's trial. Keep moving, sorry. Princess Rafa's divination seance might be my only hope. There could be some new information in that might help. the divination seance? But I thought it was always works against the accused. Not always. Right, it's like Dirk used to say. Just another piece of evidence. Really? I never heard anyone say that before. It's hard to figure out you sometimes, sir. Divination seance work both ways before the Defense Culpability Act. It's only now that the people of Kurain find it strange. Mr. Wright? I just wanted to say, good luck tomorrow. Thanks. I can't afford to lose this next one. I've collected all sorts of information, but I haven't even started connecting the dots. If I could do that, I might have had a shot at pulling off a win. Rafa's insights will be the deciding factor. It's a huge gamble, but it's all I've got. I'm gonna keep going. It wasn't too long. This will be over in this one too, so it'll be good.